let's get ready to rumble right here, right now. Greetings from me, you're watching WromWrom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing. Today we're once again reviewing a sim racing product that could interest you. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more are patrons. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. You may remember our video from the Sim Racing Expo where I enjoyed some refreshing wind at the stand of 3D-Wrap thanks to the fans of their Feeling Pro. 3D-Wrap were kind enough to send us one package for review and for beta testing, and here we are, ready to give you our opinion about this product as we always do. What the package, or in this case even packages, don't bring is any sort of manual. You'll have to go online and find the YouTube videos they have produced for the different pedals you can use the Feeling Pro with and for the Feeling Pro in general. As this aftermarket system is 3D printed like most of the 3D-Wrap products, you can order it specifically for the pedals you want to use it on, which makes your life easier but the whole ordering and producing of a manual a bit more difficult for them. Although there are solutions nowadays for that. The number of pedals supported is big and maybe you can talk them into supporting your pedals as long as you send them detailed information about those. Remember, they 3D print the stuff so they can react faster to changes as other companies. Anyway, 3D-Wrap's instruction videos are easy to understand, have no voiceover so there are no language barriers and help very well with the setup. And if you, like me, are using the system on pedals that are not officially supported, you can just buy their standard rumblers and put them on your pedals, as all standard rumblers come with a very sticky material that should fit most surfaces. Time will tell how well it sticks, but based on the general quality of 3D-Wrap's products, I'd gather they're gonna last a long while. All in all, the setup on your rig is easy. Put the pedal rumblers on the pedals, either stick them there or, if you have specific rumblers, put those in place, stick the rumblers to the four corners of your rig and set the fans in the position you'd prefer to have them. If you have an extrusion rig like our test SimLab, it's easy to add the fans to the rig as 3D-Wrap deliver everything needed for that. And yes, the fans are enormous, but still quite lightweight and rather silent, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The rumblers, and if you got them, the fans are connected to their electronics and power supply, which in turn is connected to your power plug on the one side and USB on the other side. Now comes the trickier part, as you need SimHub for the logic of if and when which rumblers rumble. SimHub has become a standard for many things sim racing, and we hear now also many things sim flying anyway, and the €5 USD for the license are money well invested. 3D-Wrap offers SimHub profiles for the Feeling Pro for free on the website, and I could add them to SimHub with absolutely no problems at all. Oh, if everything in life was as easy as that. 3D-Wrap deliver 3 profiles, one for the rumblers and 2 different profiles for the fans depending on which car you are planning to drive, open cockpit versus closed cockpit, or as they call it, GT versus open wheel. Of course, setting up the different effects on SimHub can be as easy or taxing as SimHub is for you. It was relatively easy for me, but I've grown accustomed to SimHub. It can be difficult to navigate for sure, as SimHub needs some heavy polishing in the user experience, and you need to use at least 2 menus to get everything right. While you are driving, the rumblers will do whatever you told SimHub they should. You can have them rumble on ABS activation, you can have them rumble when you drive over curbs, you can even set up your own specific conditions on when they rumble. Anything that SimHub makes possible by reading the sim's telemetry is something you can have the rumblers using. Also, the fans can be activated to continuously deliver air, to change the airspeed based on the speed you're driving on, and even to change the airspeed individually when the car is turning. One thing you have to keep in mind is that compared to tactile transducers, the signal from the rumblers is unspecific. They are on, off, rumble or no rumble, and cannot modulate the signal like transducers can. The amount of information they give you is for sure smaller and less finely grained as transducers. That's not to say they don't do anything, they definitely help with the immersion, especially the fans. And I suppose in the summer heat, the fans are not only good for the immersion, but can help get your body temperature lowered, especially if you're using VR. Another thing is that the rumblers you place on the rig, that is on the sides of your seat and the pedal plate, do not differentiate between right and left, as both sides are on the same channel, and as I said, it's an on-off thing. Of course, you can forego the pedal vibration and use the 4 channels the control unit uses for the 4 corners of your rig. One thing that I tested, which is not the way 3DRAP recommends setting up the system, is I use the channels planned for the rumblers on the rig for left-sided rumblers versus right-sided rumblers, and that gave me information that better suited my way of thinking and feeling the driving. We've reached out to 3DRAP recommending an upgraded version with 6 different channels, but of course it's their prerogative and their decision if they will at any point publish a control unit that does that. A small nuisance was that the cables they deliver with the rumblers were a tad too short, and therefore the cable for the rumblers I put on the seat did not reach the front where 3DRAP recommends putting the control unit. So I just put it in the middle of my rig to one side, and that of course solved the problem. It's not the way it's specified, but it's usable anyway. As said, a nuisance rather than a problem. Also, I had to connect the USB directly to my computer, as using the USB hub I normally use did not work right with repeated disconnections. I had 0 problems after I connected it directly to the computer, so it seems the controller unit does not work well either with USB hubs in general or with this specific hub, but it works like a charm connected directly. If you like what you see, how about supporting us? A like and a comment to tell the almighty algorithm we are worth watching are a good start. Subscribing is even better, and what really helps us grow is you becoming a patron, as YouTube's income is tiny for a sim racing channels. Patrons get access to exclusive content and are involved in our decision. Help us grow with your support. Help us keep spreading the joy of sim racing. Become a patron today. I can't give you a resounding yes, especially because it depends what you're expecting from the system. The complete system, what they call the full advanced configuration, including the fans, comes up to €390. Considering a complete transducer system can easily cost you thousands or even thousands of euro USD, this is for sure a more budget version of haptic feedback, while, as I said, not being as fine as accurate as a transducer-based system. Also, you can choose different configurations depending on what you want. You can go for pedals and fans, or pedals plus 2 more rumblers, plus fans, etc., which all come cheaper than the €390 I mentioned. As I said, the information from the rumblers is less specific than information delivered from transducers, at a fraction of the price of transducers, of course. If you want to be faster, this will help you a little bit, but not by leaps and bounds. Using them on the ImSim Talento made me half a second to a second faster than without them, which is nothing to be sneezed at, but still a far cry from the seconds, plural, I got from the Simulcubes. Yeah, I know, I'm comparing apples and oranges here. If you want immersion and to be near to the feeling you'd get on a real car, on a real track, this system helps. The fans alone are a great complement. But if you want precise feedback on the track and the tires, this is not the solution you are searching for. For that, you'll need a bigger piggy bank for sure.